And welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. You know, we're getting close to the end of the year, and for many of our viewers, the important thing that's in their lives is a wonderful thing called Social Security. If you've worked all your life, you may be getting close to the magical age. But the interesting thing, the magical age is like a bouncing ball. Bing, 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 bing. It keeps going further and further. So we brought in the expert today, Kylle McKinney. And Kylle, you're with the Social Security Administration here in Montgomery.
Yes.
But when I call you, I have to use a different phone number, don't I?
Well, it's a toll-free number, but it's still routes to Montgomery, though.
Okay, it brings you right home where we need to be.
Absolutely.
And, you know, obviously our viewers, especially our viewers, are very concerned about Social Security from two aspects. Number one, when they will receive it, but the important thing, too, is it going to last? And I think it is.
Yes, you know, it will last as long as people are working and paying into Social Security. There's always something to pay out. The answer is how much we're able to pay. You know, is the big question, I guess I should say. And there are 2 years I want to give. One is already passed, and that's 2010. Beginning in 2010, Social Security started paying out more in benefits than we're collecting in taxes. So we're already in the red. Another year is 2033, that if nothing is done to address solvency, then by that year we'll only be able to pay 77% of the 100% promised benefits now. So questions are out there. Do you privatize? Do you cut benefits? Do you raise taxes? Well, we are not a political agency, so we don't get involved in those arguments. But we do trust that Congress, in a bipartisan way, will come up with some kind of solution to address that issue. So it is a cause for concern, but at this point, not a cause for alarm.
Well, 2033, everybody said, "Whoa, that's quite a ways off," but it really isn't. It's you know, everything anymore is just about right around the corner,
It moves quickly.
Especially when you get as old as we get. Could they not I mean, obviously, when I was young and signed up for Social Security, then the promise was made that if you'll do this, you get this. Obviously, moving forward, what they probably need to do is say, well, this is the new look for new workers coming in. This is how Social Security is going to work for you.
Well, you know, and there's so many options that that Congress can make, and again, not being a political agency, we don't know, and we don't get involved in that, but we do trust that they're going to do something, and I believe they will, because we've been here before. Actually, in 1983, Social Security was 4 months away from being insolvent, 4 months.
Wow.
So that's why President Reagan and Tip O'Neill had to do something to reform Social Security. Well, we're 19 years out now, but you don't want to wait to the last minute, because the longer you wait, the more drastic the measures have to be to make the changes. So hopefully they'll do their part.
So you said you've got a wonderful service that's for our viewers to be able to kind of go online and access their own account and get a real picture of their Social Security. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. It's called the My Social Security Account, and there's a campaign that's called Someday. You know, someday I'll go high skydiving, or someday I'll go you know, on the 5K run. Well, someday we need to plan for our retirement, and someday is today. So basically, there's a tool called the My Social Security Account, where an individual can create their own account to do business with us. We were sending out the annual Social Security statements, you know, once a year for people who to file or to plan their retirement. But of course, we kind of stopped that a couple of years back. Well, I want to make an announcement that as of September 15th of 2014, we have resumed sending out those annual statements. But they're done once every 5 years, as opposed to once every year up until age 60. But you can create this account and download that statement at any time. So basically, the purpose of that is to make sure that you can download your annual statement. If you're drawing benefits, you can use that statement use that account rather, to get a proof of income letter, start or stop your direct deposit, change your address, so forth and so on. Now, the criteria is you must be at least age 18 years old, have a valid U.S. mailing address and you know, email address, and Social Security number. Now, we understand identity theft as well. That's the fastest growing crime out there. So we have partnered with the private authentication service provider, Experian, to make sure that when a person's signing up, that they are who they are. So we have, you know, we're asking certain questions that are not normally asked, like to give us the last 8 digits of your credit card number or the first loan in your first house. But do not be afraid or offended by these questions as long as they're on our website. But we must ask those questions to ensure that you're authenticated when you're signing up for this account.
So nobody else can get in there and just access anything you have in that account.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, do you people, how do you interface with Medicare?
Well, Medicare is, of course, the federal health insurance that a person draws. And the way that we interface is when a person turns 65 years old, they can apply through Social Security for their Medicare. 65 is the age that you must be to file. If you are not 65, the only other way you can get it is by being disabled for 2 years, having Lou Gehrig's disease, or having a kidney transplant or on dialysis. But Social Security is not Medicare, and I want to make that sure because people, they kind of get us intermingled.
But if my Medicare Part B goes up, you guys take it out of my Social Security check.
Medicare
I don't
Part
like
B.
personally.
Medicare Part B does come out of your Social Security check if you're drawing Social Security, but if you're not yet on Social Security, you're direct billed for Medicare on a quarterly basis.
Right.
Yes, but that's the interaction that we play with Medicare for the most part.
Good. Well, we're going to get you to come back in the next couple of months because obviously there's going to be some new things looking into 2015.
Yes.
But we always need to keep our viewers abreast because obviously to our viewers, Social Security is a very important part of their lives.
Absolutely.
So you're our key guy.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and just remember, as Kylie said, if you do have some kind of questions with regard to Social Security, you can go to that website and get all the information that you need. And we'll be right back right after this.